guys? Today I'll be critiquing Charles Cube's 8.55 3x3 average, and the reconstructions and scrambles will be in the description if you want to follow along. So, doesn't actually look too bad. So this is a nice X cross on yellow. Okay, so D prime, R prime, U prime, Y, R prime, U, R, D prime. Okay, so it's not bad. I'd say it's pretty good. But once you get to here, instead of doing a rotation into R prime, U, R, you can just do fat F prime, L, fat F. Yeah, and you should implement these inserts when it means avoiding rotations. So you just do that. And also, from here, instead of doing a D prime, which solves the X cross into the back right slot, you can do a Y G prime, which solves the F12 into a back left slot, and then you can do this pair without rotating. Yeah, it's a pretty lucky case, but anyways, what you did was a D prime, and now you had this, so you did a U prime. Now, you know what I'm going to say about that, so you did a U, Y prime, U prime, and just recognize the case before you do a U move, and don't do any redundant moves. So yeah, and here, inserting this pair would pair up this pair, because if you can look ahead to this pair like right now, you'll be able to see that it would pair up. So instead of pausing and then waiting to insert the pair, you can just cancel right into inserting the pair, which is better. And then for the last pair, you did Y prime, U prime. Okay, this solution is not bad, but I wouldn't recommend rotating into it. The only time I actually recommend this 2-gen solution is when... I'll show you. Hold on. So I'll talk about the F12 case after I finish talking about the last layer. So you had this for last layer. And I just want to mention that I find the wide RU algs actually kind of unreliable. I lock up on them a lot, and I actually find that the mirrors of them, which is like R, B prime, R2F, R2B, R2 prime, F prime, R. It's just a mirror. I actually find these less susceptible to lockups, and I like them a bit more. I use them as AUF trick. Well, I use the wide RU as AUF trick. So I use these as my main alg. And I find them better to do because they're actually righty, while the wide RU algs are actually just lefty. So yeah, that's what I would do. But anyways, going back to the last pair solution, I'll solve the cube first. The only time I would actually ever use that idea is when I have this. So I have this edge in the back, and to get all my edges, I would have to insert it this way, but instead end it with a sledge, and that would give me all my edges. That's the only time I would use that. For this pair, when I have all the edges oriented, I would just do R prime, D prime, R prime, R prime, DR to pair it up, and then insert the pair. And something cool is you can also do the inverse of that. So you can do sexy move, and then R prime, D prime, R, U, R prime, DR. For the other angle. So yeah, that's what I recommend for you, this angle. And for the other angle, which is this one, there's a couple of nice algs. I like F, U2, R, U, R prime, U, F prime. So you could also use a different finger trick, which is F, U2 with left hand, and then R, U, R prime, and then pinch U into middle U, and then F prime. Yeah, those would solve this pair pretty nicely, but yeah, I wouldn't really rotate for that case. Anyways, yeah, this solve was pretty clean. I don't see much wrong with it. It's just that for the cross plus one, you didn't have to rotate, and you could have just inserted the edge with a fat F insert, and you hesitated for the second pair, which was unnecessary. Could have canceled into the third pair, and for the fourth pair, you did a mediocre solution. So try learning solutions like these two. Anyways, yeah, the solve was pretty good. For the second solve, you did a Y prime X into an interesting cross. Okay, yeah, you did yellow again. So what you did was D prime, R, X prime, F2, R prime, wider, U, wider prime. Honestly, that's pretty good. And it even gave you a free pair. and I wouldn't really judge it, but I'm just gonna go back to see what else could be done. So from here, yeah, what you did is perfectly fine. Just so you did R prime D, so D prime R F2 R prime whatever. Yeah, that's a very good solution. Now for the second pair, I would do something like just insert the pair and then cancel into the next pair, but you ended up not doing that, which tells me you didn't really look ahead. Now I see that you're not really looking ahead at all anyways, like you're not looking ahead anyways, but I'm not going to say too much about that because look ahead gets developed with, you know, time. My solves actually looked exactly like yours like 2 years ago, but I just got better naturally. I didn't really have to do any deliberate practice. So I'm not going to say too much about looking ahead in general. It's just not looking at the pair you're solving while you're solving it. You look at the next pair while you're solving the current pair. It's not that hard. So here you get 2 free pairs, but you ended up breaking the other one. This would obviously... Okay, that would work, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. And this would also work, and it would actually give you all your edges. Yeah, I see doing this. I see why you just do that, because it makes more sense, but if you really want to preserve the pair, you can do this insert, and then you get all your edges. Wow. This pair, and now same case, right? You did the same thing. Now here, this is the only case where I do recommend the insert you used, but you have to sledge it to make it worth it, because you can sledge it. So once again, you recognize that the edge at the back is the only one that's oriented, and you just do that, and now you have a soon into J perm. Yeah, that would have been a bit better. But anyways, you just did that, and then OLL followed by PLL. I think you did lefty, yeah. Possibly, I don't know. Anyways, I do prefer this OLL alg, so you regrip F, U, R, U, 2, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. I like it a bit more. Regrip when there is pre-UF, when there isn't pre-UF, you just, or you can just reload like that. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Probably do that instead. But anyways, that's a nicer OLL alg that I would like to use. However, your alg did solve the CP, so yeah, you should probably recognize the OLL CP for this case. Anyways, yeah, that's the second solve. Pretty clean. Was also pretty good. Just remember, don't regrip for the OLL that you did. You don't have to regrip. Just gonna say that before I forget. Anyways, Z2 Y prime into a messed up cross. So if you were to do the cross properly on white, it would be yeah, you can do an X cross. So like D prime L2 F prime, D with right ring, L prime U L, and then YG, solve this pair, etc. Oh, this is pretty nice. Now you even get a ZBLL. So this ZBLL, if I remember, I remember, yeah, it's just this. But anyways, Z2 Y prime, R prime, G prime U L F prime. Huh. This would have been really nice for Rue, but I guess yeah, that's kind of funny. You did your first block in only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's only 5 moves, and you did your first block. That would be a nice Rue solve. Okay, so what? Why are you? Oh, you want to solve this into there, right? Okay, yeah, okay. And then next you solve this pair, I guess. Oh, by the way, there are a few nice ways to solve this pair that I want to show. So, for example, this solution, R prime F, R prime F prime R2. R prime F, R prime F prime R2, like that. I may have messed up the rest of F12, but anyways, you did that. Do this, and okay, do this, that. And now for this pair, there's a, okay, U prime, hesitation, don't do that, obviously. And there is a nice solution, so instead of doing that, you can do F, R, U2, R prime, U, F prime, and it's really nice. So, like that. For this pair, you did that. Now for the OLL, I would do this OLL, R prime, F2, wider, U, wider prime, FR. It's a bit better, because it's righty, and, you know, I think it's a little bit better, but you did this one, and you regrip for it, making your ALK bad. So you can do your ALK from home grip by doing that. That's how I would do it. I do use this ALK, I just don't main it. I use this ALK most of the time, but that would be my execution for it. So you did that into a J perm without AUF, so that's pretty good. For solve, let's see. Not sure what your objective was here. So X move into, what is this? R prime, U prime, L, X prime, D prime, R, Y prime. Okay, so it just looks like you didn't plan it properly and you messed up. So you did this, and then you did the cross piece. Wait, hold on. U2, okay, so the U2 is redundant, but you did that basically. Oh, I mean, it gave you a free pair, so that's nice, but you didn't do the free pair, so. Anyways, you could have done the free pair, but you didn't, so you did what? L, U. Okay, you didn't do the free pair, and you chose to do this pair, but to solve this pair properly, you would do L prime, U prime, L2, U, L prime. So, just like that, right? But you took it out and solved it like this, which led to this case. What? Okay, so why you solved it like that into the front right slot, which is not good. I would solve it into the back left slot instead for a better look ahead. Or you can pair it up from here, which is pretty nice because this slot is empty, so you can do it like that, which results in nice finger tricks. But doing this is fine too. Anyways, for the last pair, okay, Y2, and once again, you keep getting this solution for some, you keep getting this case for some reason, but I wouldn't recommend doing this solution. I recommend doing the RUD one, like that. Anyways, you did this into a OLL, so U2 to this OLL, okay, and then you did PLL. So yeah, that's a pretty clean solve. You just messed up cross, I guess. So yeah, already 2 solves where you messed up cross. So that tells me you should try to plan cross more accurately and plan first pair with it, because planning first pair is very important at your level and it will help you get a lot faster and a lot more consistent. Okay, last solve, Z2, okay, this is a very nice case to get, and how I would do it is first do a U2 to move the pair over here, R2 prime F, R like that to insert these 2 cross edges, and now we can just do U prime D L, and that would solve the X cross, and I would probably cancel into this pair because I would see that while doing the X cross. Then here, just solve these 2 pairs normally. I'd look ahead into this pair. OLL. You know, there is actually an ALK from this angle, and you can do that. But anyways, Z2 U R prime U F D U prime L. Okay, so the U prime after that is kind of redundant. I'm not sure why you did that, but yeah, you can just do R prime instead of U prime R prime. But you did a U prime R prime. Your solution isn't bad, but the one I showed would be slightly better. And next, you did a rotation. So here, you don't need to rotate. You can solve this pair by doing R, U prime, R prime, fat F, R, fat F prime, like that. Or you can do S, R, S prime instead, which gives you a free pair. So you can go like that. But you rotated, and what was the pair you did? So you did RU R prime U. Oh, you did this pair, right? You did this pair, and that led to the next pair. So yeah, pair prioritization wise, it's not a really good idea to do this pair. You can do this pair instead, or even this pair. This is actually a pretty good pair because you can do S, R, F, R prime, fat F prime to solve it. Like that. Or you can just do, you know, R, U prime, R prime, D prime, R, U, R prime, D. But anyways, you chose this pair. And now, if you really do want to solve this pair, instead of doing R, U, R prime, U, you can just do R, U to R prime, and that would be a bit faster. But you did this, and then this pair, and now here, I would keyhole this pair first. So once again, pair prioritization wise, you're not doing so good. But also, you could just do some nice pseudo slotting. For example, here, you can insert this corner like that, and now you have this case, which you can either do like that, or you can do like that. Which, oh, this one actually gives a nice solo. But you can kind of do pseudo slotting, but you did not, and you did this pair and then this pair. Now this pair, you did a rotation, which is unnecessary. You can do, there's a few nice algs. There's just triple back sexy like that. But you can also do this solution, fat F, R prime U, R, E prime R, fat F prime. I like this one too, especially for EO purposes. But you rotated into this, and then you had OLL. Okay, so here is one of the cases where I would do OLL CB, the alg being fat F, R, U prime R, R prime, U, S prime, R, U, R prime, S, F prime, and that actually gives you a skip, but like that, right? But you did this OLL, and finger trick wise, I would recommend pushing the first S, making the alg flow a bit better. But anyways, you did that, and then you did a Y perm, and you did it from home grip. I mean, if it works for you, then it works for you. So that is all of these solves in the average, and actually there wasn't actually too much to say. I'd say this is one of my shorter critiques. Your solves are actually pretty good. Now, the things that I do want you to work on is planning cross plus one more often and more accurately, and yeah, just try harder during inspection and use as much time as needed to at least plan one pair. Even if it takes longer than 15 seconds, it should be your goal to plan at least one F12 pair. Now, I see that there were a couple of hesitations in F12, not too many, but a couple of U primes, and those can be avoided by just looking at the pair before you do any moves. So yeah, always recognize the case before doing any moves. And to look ahead, simply don't look at the pair that you're solving while you're solving it, because you're capable of just one looking at a pair. Rather, you can look at the next pair while you're solving the current pair, allowing you to look ahead to it. So that is the theory behind it, but in practice, you can just practice to get good at it. And that's what I did. And if you compare my solves from 2 years ago to yours, they look pretty similar, because there's just like 1 second gaps in between pairs. It's kind of ridiculous how I was able to average 7 like that. But anyways, yeah, that is most of what I have to say. Your OLL and PLL algs, for the most part, look pretty good. It's just that for F12, you can learn some F12 tricks, like for example this one, or for example this one. These are very nice F12 algs. You can check out my F12 playlist for my full list of F12 tricks. Not all of them are good, but around 90% of them are good. I do have like 100 videos, like more than 100 videos on those. A couple hundred. So yeah, obviously not all of them are going to be good. Some of them are outdated, but most of them are good. So if you want to spend some time watching them, you can. But if you want to make a better use of your time, just watch my full CFOP video with all my F12 last lot algs, OLL algs, and PLL algs. Link will be in the description. Now, before I end the video, is there anything else that I have to say? Nope, not really. So yeah, you said in the description of your video, probably my worst solutions ending up in the sub 9 average. This is ridiculous. And solve 1, skill issue with turning. Solve 2, sledging the last pair would have given me a Soon and J perm. Could have RUSU perm. Solve 3, complete brain damage. Solve 4, not even gonna mention this. Complete brain damage again. Solve 5, brain rot solving. And honestly, your solves are actually pretty good. Like, coming from me, they're actually not even that bad. So, yeah, I'd say your solves are pretty clean overall when you don't mess up. And I encourage you to keep practicing. There is one thing that I kind of see, but not really. It's mostly in your older videos, but when you use your right and left index to do U moves or F moves or S moves or any index turn, you want to be using the tip of your finger, like right here. So, for example, if I were to do R prime F or U prime, instead of doing this part of my finger, like that, I would use this part of my finger and keep my fingers bent this way. That allows me to turn fast and accurately, while if you use this part of your finger, it would not be fast and not as accurate. So I mostly see it for the F move. Sometimes you're using this part of your finger for the F moves like that, but you do want to do them with the tip of your fingers, allowing for smoother executions. But yeah, you're getting better at finger tricks and turning. I see that you don't really regrip that much, so it's a good thing. I watch your solves and they look pretty good. So I guess that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.